just one thing, man.
It feels so lovely to be here.
Yes, sir.
It feels so lovely.
Lovely.
It's so lovely, man. We got an OG in the building tonight, y'all.
Yeah.
Man, we got my good brother, Mr. Gino LockJohnson Iglehart in the building.
Y'all make some noise for him one time, everybody.
Thank y'all for having me. Thank you.
Already.
Man, so...
man, hey, Lou, listen. I know I said this before, but I really mean it this time. I actually mean it this time. I think this is going to be that one.
Oh, hey, man.
I think this is going to be that one, man.
It's going to be a good saucy one. Yeah, man. So my good brother, man, Gino. How you doing, my good brother?
How you been,
I'm
man?
Good. I'm well, man. Thank y'all for asking.
Man.
Same soup, different day.
Yeah.
Already.
Just maintaining and enjoying life to the best of my abilities.
Man, that is great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go ahead. We finna start from the beginning.
All right.
We go from the rooter to the tutor over
Yeah,
here.
man. We finna. So first thing first. What brought you into this thing we like to call music, man?
Like everybody else, I got the classic story. Church beginnings. I started playing drums at 3. First professional musician I ever saw, drummer-wise, was my uncle. Shout out to George Cleanscale.
Okay.
And my grandmother, of course, played piano. My mom played piano. My big mama, so it was all around. I'm a PK everything.
Okay.
And we had the kind of church where everybody had to do something.
Oh, yeah.
In order for the church to run. And then it just blew up, and that particular church, St. Andrews Church of God in Christ in Denton, Texas. Shout out to St. Andrews.
Shout out.
Superintendent Clarence Harden and his lovely wife, First Lady Betty Harden. So it was like, it's a big college town, of course, Denton, right? It's where it's located. So it became this musical hub where any and everybody that was trying to get on or they were coming up in the gospel realm, that's where they started.
Okay.
So James Moore, Douglas Miller, Patrick Henderson, George Cleanscale, Chuck Smith, Sly Stone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they all were members and came through that church. And so I saw all that very young. And it still didn't latch on to me then that music was what I wanted to do.
Okay.
I had other aspirations. I wanted to be a professional soccer player.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I started playing at 6. And man, that was my love. And I went all the way. I played semi-pro soccer for a year and a half, and fractured my ankle in college, and I never ran the same again. And so I was like, well, I do play drums.
Yeah.
And I think I go back to that.
Okay.
I did high school. I marched, did jazz band, but. And I knew all the cats, from because everybody was in church, and so all the Booker T cats. They're like, I knew everybody and was going to all the gigs, and I don't know, just something clicked at that point. Like, hey, this is this where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I just stayed, but it started at that church at 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you something. Do you remember when we first met?
I want to say it was in Fort Worth somewhere.
Actually, was it?
No? Okay, tell me
So,
Lou, I've never seen you this giddy.
I know, he has not
Jesus
stopped
Christ.
smiling.
Calm down.
yeah, man.
This dude is, oh my God, this shit. Bro, calm down, man. It's going to be all right, I promise.
That is funny. That is
It's gonna be
funny
all right.
to me.
I promise it's going to be all right, brother.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So, it was actually, I think it was called Sankofa.
Sankofa, yeah.
And this was, I think I just finished college, and one of my guys had told me about Sankofa, and the first time I went there, just like everybody as far as musicians was there. I saw Sean Martin, Spud, RC. That's probably like my first time ever seeing RC. And throughout the night, I was just checking out everybody going up playing, but I didn't know there was certain ways about going up playing. And I think towards the end, I just walked and just got on the keyboard. And you're like, hey, how you doing? I'm Gino. And then he like, yeah, it's a list of if you want to come up and play.
Sounds like me.
Was this Fat Lucius?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it was Fat. So you waddled up to the stage.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We started early with the jokes. Okay, all right.
I'm just trying to get it out of the way.
He was a bit on the thick side.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Man, Sankofa, man, that a great era, and it is where a lot of the scene began to cultivate. That was during the neo soul era.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, was it on the MLK? Was it in South
believe,
Dallas?
Yeah.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
Next to the Black Forest Theater. Yeah.
Yeah. This was even before Profit Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talk about that all the time, man, because like you said, that era, right? There were just certain places, and cultivate. That's a good word. There's just certain places, man, that you were groomed, and when I say you, I mean we were just groomed, and it turned it like. So you got your Sankofa, you got your Tafiji's, you got your Profit Bar. Now that place is the Freeman. It's like all of those places is like you didn't know that like at that time you're standing next to a future Grammy winner or a future, a future Dallas icon, and you came up like with all of those, all of those cats, man.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate, man, blessed.
Yeah.
To be afforded the opportunity to be allowed in circles and in rooms and my name in rooms, even if I wasn't there, to help cultivate whatever it was that I was supposed to do. Like it all just it happened in the time it was supposed to. Sankofa, before Sankofa, there was like this real history here. So Darwin Martin, keyboard player, shout out to Darwin Martin. He used to hold a jam session called, it was at Addison Circle.
Okay.
Right? And now it's like some Mediterranean restaurant, but like that's where all the cats went. And I mean, you had the Sambuca, and it was still in Deep Ellum.
Okay.
What Truth and Alibi is now, that was the first Sambuca.
Okay.
And then this is before the Sambuca came up in Uptown. Before Uptown, it was out in Addison off Belline.
Okay.
It used to be, it's right across from Outback Steakhouse. But it's been several things, Buttons, you know what I'm saying? It's been several things. So, but that jam session, like you had like the Mac Band, all those cats, Mark Harper and Sly and Ray Flip and all those, the big homies, shout out to the big homies.
Yeah.
But that's the first place I saw like an organized jam session, like in a venue. We had been at them at houses, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
We was at Miss C. Wright house.
Right.
You know, like that was stomping ground. She would let us come over and tear her house up. But that was the first place that organized thing started to materialize. And when I saw it, I just got like stars in my eyes. I was like, you mean this can happen and like people outside of us can come and enjoy? I was like, man, this is cool. I was like, one day I may be able to tap into this. And then later on, a place called Calidus comes into play. And it was right across the street from Mr. Blues Records in South Dallas.
Right.
And I mean, it was a hole in the wall, literally as big as the room we sitting in.
Yeah.
Right? I think one light in the building worked.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we was plugging up keyboards to a generator outside to run inside.
Okay.
And I mean, I was so green, you know, I didn't have like my own gear at the time. I would have cats hold my snare.
Okay.
Because I didn't have a snare stand.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. That's
Okay.
funny.
Shout out to Tyler Lott and D.D. Henderson. Those are my little brothers for life. Love them cats. They was,
Okay.
like that was the area of coming up. But you had the Calidus, and then it moved to Reciprocity, which was owned by Manuel and Mama Tita, and it was on Tyler Street in what's now Semi-Bishop Arch, you know, Jefferson area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Yeah, man. Then it went from there to Sankofa. Like it was just this matriculation. But
Wow.
I'm seeing organized jam sessions and things that are benefiting the public as well as us. And the wheels just started turning, dude.
Man, shout out to everybody tuning in, man. You got some people. Shout out to Rebecca Rivier. Come on, husband, I got you. Shout out Bo.
Hey, wife.
Shout out Bo. Got Chris Carr in the building. What's good? Hey man, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Y'all,
Absolutely.
Y'all also y'all are more than welcome to chime in. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to ask us some questions or ask Gino some questions, you know what I'm saying? Y'all more than welcome to chime in. Let me ask you this, man. Have you, because it took a minute for me, right? Have you, and you got about 2 or 3 grades in your beard. Have you embraced the OG role?
You know, I have. It took a second.
Mm-hmm.
It took a second, but I knew that whatever information that I was blessed to gain, that it was not just for me. And so it's like, whatever you want to call me, as long as I can draw you in to be able to give you this information, okay, I'll accept that role. Because I want to see which one of y'all is going to be me next.
Yeah.
Like that's should be the goal for all of us. Like I'm always looking for the next. I'm looking for the next RC. I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying, the next Sean. Like drummers wise, you always, you know, or keyboard, whatever your instrument is. Like, man, who gonna be the next young cat to come up and make it hard for everybody?
Right.
It's like, all right, we got a little mic. All right, who next? Then here come AD.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
here come JD Beck.
JD,
like. You know, notice I say AD first.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I made that clear.
I got you. I got you.
Right? Or, you know, like I said, on the promotion side for myself, all right, who is going to, like, take that torch next?
Yeah.
Like, I had a Darwin Martin. I had a Ron Grant up in New York where I had those blueprints, and they were my OGs. Bobby Sparks, man, only 2 years older than me, right? But Bobby is my OG. He was a young cat that the older cats let in the group back then, and he brought us in. So it didn't really matter the age. It was based off, for me, more so the information.
Right.
Like, he has something that I don't, and I could benefit from it. That's my OG. And so that's how I began to embrace it, and I look at it like, who you calling old?
Yeah. That was me at first, man. That was me at first, but nah, I definitely.
It sneaks up on it.
It really do, man. It really do. Like when I found my first gray hair on my left nut, man, I was out of there. I felt the way. I really felt the way.
Chris Carr said, "Family, thank you for providing opportunities for all."
Oh,
so I guess that's
up.
Jay's and Lou's flowers for the day.
Man, that's my cousin right
No,
there, man.
that's Chris Carr said that. We didn't say that.
No, I said that's y'all flowers
Oh,
for the day.
sure.
Yeah, that's kinfolk.
And Gino, I think he was saying you providing, you know, opportunities for everybody.
Man, Gino,
My man, I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Gino has been one of those people. He's been one of those people in the scene that has really, that I've saw, that I've myself have taken like little pieces from because I watch. The reason I asked you about that OG role is because I watch how you move when it comes to giving information. You're one of the people out here that's actually not stingy with information. You know what I'm saying? We've even had dialogue on the side time or two, and you know, just being in that position to where you went and got it, and then now you can sit here and say, hey, you know, like you said, yo, I see that you have the potential to be the one coming up. Let me, you know, I went through this. Let me show you not how to go through some of the stuff that I went through. Let me help your role be a little bit easier. Now, if I give you this information, it's going to be up to you to apply it.
Yes,
you
absolutely.
know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I think it's going to segue into my next question, because what happens is they have the information, they have the blueprint, and even now is way easier now than it was, you know, for cats like us and cats like you back then, you know, because the internet just done took all excuses away of everything.
Yeah.
Right. So, but you still have cats out here with this sense of entitlement. you know what I'm saying, that feel like that they don't have to work as hard or they don't have to do this or do that or whatever. What do you think? Because we know that the talent is there. Talent-wise, Dallas is killing them like a lot of people. But what do you think is missing to put certain people that has all of that talent over that hump? What do you think they're missing?
First and foremost, a healthy perspective of what it is they're actually doing. You know, because social media, internet, it's made everyone famous.
Right.
And you don't feel that you have to work as hard because we're really all one retweet, one post, one repost, sharing, one TikTok, you know, share away from stardom.
Right.
You know, you go viral, boom, you know, you can collect a bag.
Right.
And just sit back and chill. We've seen the talentless excel, you know, and but then that's like biblically correct because, you know, compound the riches of the wicked, you know, like he blesses who he blesses. It's not for us to make that decision. And I know that we've all had that moment like, now God, look now.
Right.
I done put in my 10,000 hours. I done read all the books. You know, what you better know about the music business. I've been shedding in my drawers early in the morning.
Mans, what up?
I done played the $100 gigs. I done played for tips. I done played for free. And you telling me that
I done held somebody's snare while they were playing.
Man, you know what I'm saying? And you telling me DC Young Fly is Yeah, I said his name.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed. But you know, it's like, okay, so but what these cats miss is the true perspective of being a musician. Like, why are you really doing this? Are you doing this because you were called to do it? Because you can do it? Or, you know, because you just need something to do? You know, like that talent, man, talent is great, but what you do with it, that's what matters. You can sit up on any stage in this city, man, and you can go ham, and everybody will sit there and look at you like you haven't played a note because you weren't playing with passion. You know, you didn't have the right perspective. I want to make sure that somebody feels different about their day after coming to hear me do what I do. Whether I curated an event, whether I sat down on the instrument, whether I was up hosting, whatever it is, however you came in here, I should make you feel that much more better when you leave. If you came here and you were stagnant when you got here and you stayed that way the whole time, or you left with an attitude, I didn't do my job. So what am I really doing this for?
I feel that.
Because I can play in my room to myself.
That's good perspective.
I don't have, nobody has to hear me for me to be able to be a musician. But if you're gonna play in front of people, why are you really doing it? If you're not there to bless them with that game, because that's the game. This is the game you're trying to give them, these notes. If you ain't trying to bless them with game, then what you doing it for? And then that lets me know that I can't trust you in any other area of life. Because music is so pure. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
like,
universal.
Yeah, it's like, man, it changes everything. One note that I can prove it in any church here in the galaxy. Hit that one note and it's going up.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, healthy perspective. A lot of cats just don't have it, and they're not interested in having it.
I would also add a healthy perspective of themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, just because you're popular doesn't mean, you know.
what you popular for?
Right.
Are you famous? Are you infamous? Like, what is your popularity? That's a very big difference. Yeah.
He said, "Bring the Holy Ghost." That's funny. That's funny, but nah, man, that is absolutely. How many instruments do you play?
Drums is the main. I can play a little guitar enough to write songs, and I can spell out an idea on the piano. If you try to put me on a gig, I'll be looking at you.
Do you still like even in your age? And I'm saying that as if you're just elderly. You're not, but it's like even with that, do you still have aspirations?
Seasons,
right?
Here we go.
Right, season.
Doc.
But do you still have aspirations of like playing other instruments like as fluently as you play drums?
If I could, yes, organ.
Organ.
That's my favorite instrument of all time. If I felt like I wanted to put that kind of time in, yes, but I absolutely don't feel like that.
Three favorite organ players, go.
Oh man,
You only get three.
Only get three. Okay. Sean Martin, Carl Wheeler, and Billy Preston.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's a solid list.
Yeah.
That's a solid list. What
So,
you got, Lou?
I got a question for you, brother. So, do you feel that it's necessary, or what would be your, I guess, perspective on like a musician really trying to make it to relocate to a major city, thinking that it could be an opportunity for a tour or something, or a major artist? Or is it really necessary?
I mean, it's a serious crapshoot because tour buses aren't flying out like they used to. Number one. So if you're trying to relocate to an area, first you need to make sure that area got the buses to go. Is it oversaturated? Like, you got to do your research. You got to know where you want to work until you get on.
Okay.
So they can first have to ask themselves, am I willing to work outside of being a musician to be a full-time musician? So check the economy in that area.
Okay.
You know, like what's happening with Home Depot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't look for the big mega church because they all sold up.
Yeah.
Right, for sure.
If you can get on at a mega church somewhere, my God truly shine light on you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, because they
got a call list for a call list.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's like whoever the MD or fine arts, you know, worship really is, he bringing in his squad.
Yeah.
So if he from Virginia, and y'all in Arizona, he bringing his cats from Virginia, and
Right.
you can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
So, you know, first, find out where them buses leaving from. It used to be New York. Now LA, you know, once again is, you know, the hotbed for the tour buses to leave. But you still got to run through essentially one company to get on it.
Yeah.
And that's
I heard
BBE.
Nashville been making a lot of noise lately.
But Nashville,
As far as like like, I mean, of course, Nashville has always had a solid music scene, but now it's like I'm hearing that's where people are really starting to
making a lot of records there.
Yeah, that's what I always heard about Nashville being known for studio or session musicians.
Yeah, you be a professional session cat, you know, and make a real living. There are great tour buses leaving from Nashville, man. You know, R&B, country, pop, a lot of pop. I mean, Justin is, you know, Tennessee kid, so it makes sense, right? But you can do it, but it's very, very saturated.
Yeah.
You know, it's very saturated. If you go to New York, you trying to swing or you trying to rap. You go to LA, you try to do it all.
Yeah.
You notice everybody that lives in LA ain't from LA.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like the cats that's working, they ain't really from there.
Yeah.
It's a handful. Nashville, you got cats that, you know, they've imported, and they killing that session work. Calvin Rogers, man, shout out to the homie. He's making a killing doing them Nashville sessions, man. In and out, like. But then you gotta have the tools.
Yeah.
Gotta have the healthy perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta go in there. You got to read some charts.
Right. Right.
You can't fake it.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
You know.
Yep.
You know, you got to. What are your drum sounds? What are your tones? What do you got to know your stuff.
What are they getting if they come to Dallas?
I was just about to say, do you think Dallas is oversaturated?
Dallas it's not oversaturated. It is still overlooked a lot.
You think so?
Yeah, it's still it doesn't get the appreciation that it really deserves.
Because I don't know, maybe it's bias, but I'm also I don't praise mediocrity, but at the same time it's like when it comes to now if we're just talking about pure just pound for pound talent, for me it's Dallas and Philly.
Unmatched.
It's Dallas and
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Dallas and Philly can have that conversation. Everybody else, you know, shut up while grown folks talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, so, and then you know, like I said, just like you were saying with LA, you know, a lot of those people are imports, or like you know, even with Dallas, you know, Bo, he made cause you know that song, y'all ain't what's that song? Y'all ain't from Atlanta, y'all ain't Atlanta, or whatever. It's a rap song.
It's a rap song?
It's a
Yeah.
rap song with this
I
chick talking about
definitely
y'all ain't Atlanta or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's like a lot of cats that's, you know, even heavy in the Dallas scene, they not Dallas.
They're not from Dallas, right?
You know what I'm saying? But so that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. It seems as if, from my point of view, it seems as if Dallas do kind of get that.
I think we get it from within.
Okay.
I'm speaking from abroad.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the major labels,
Okay.
you know, the award shows, the
Okay,
things
I
of that.
get what you're
You know what
saying.
I'm
I get what
saying?
you're saying.
They don't necessarily give Dallas the credit that it really deserves. You can see it in, you know, in the news headlines when, you know, cats are still winning Grammys, you know, straight from here, you know, Snarky Puppy is not from Brooklyn.
Right.
You know, it started in a
Right.
pizza shop as a Bernard Wright tribute band in Denton, Texas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kirk Franklin, every time he put out a record, good or bad, is going to win a Grammy.
Right.
He the GOAT.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that is tribute is on the tour with the Roots and
Right.
LL right now, but you got an apartment right here in
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Right.
So I mean, Edie Brickell is Dallas, Texas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might have married Paul Simon. Roy Hargrove, rest in peace to the homie.
Yeah.
If Badu never puts out another record ever in life, she gonna always sell out.
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all talking about?
Right.
Norah Jones is
Norah
forever gonna be
Jones,
Norah
yeah,
Jones.
yeah.
But the news outlets and everyone, they don't necessarily will support
Yeah.
that narrative unless, and this gets into another clear area,
Yeah.
unless you LeAnn Rimes, unless you Kelly Clarkson, unless you
yeah.
the Dixie Chicks, and it's
Yeah.
like, man, it's so much more going on here
Yeah.
than y'all just got to really recognize it. Daniel, man, you gotta mention Daniel Jones.
Daniel
man.
Jones
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
3 Life,
Yeah.
you know, Oak Cliff Worldwide. Daniel's hands were in everything in this industry. Everything.
Yeah.
He was larger than freaking life. He made that R&B scene, that touring scene, he made it vibrant. He made it live.
Yeah.
Like, truly, man, BBE don't exist without Daniel Jones' imprint.
Yeah.
It started with him and Adam Blackstone. BBE is the premier touring company in the world. Like, if you want a gig, you gotta go through Adam Blackstone.
Yeah.
How you and Dallas is right in the thick of that imprint. How don't you recognize that? You know what I'm saying? So
And that's
yeah.
I didn't own Daniel Jones. I didn't, like, you know, we chopped it up, we dapped each other up a couple times, ran into him a couple times or whatever. But, you know, one of the memories that we have is just me and him laughing at this chick. We was at the Freeman, she was standing in front of us, and her heels was just almost out of there. And me and him just standing by each other, just dying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, so I'm not one of them dudes to act like me and him been fam this whole time. But you know, I'm that guy. I watch from the shadows. I watch from the background. And one of the things that I saw and appreciated about him is, like, he was that dude that went. He was that dude that went, got it, and then came back. You know what I'm saying? That would come back and get people. You know what I'm saying? People like you know, I'm appreciative to him about Mike Pugh for Mike Pugh.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because Mike Pugh, somebody like a Mike Pugh, he's one of those guys that deserve
Yes.
any type of opportunity. Like, he's just an all around good dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for somebody like him, then you got he said Adam Blackstone took my gig. I couldn't.
It's funny.
That's because Adam Blackstone learned tunes, Bo. You got to learn tunes.
He does know songs.
You know what I'm saying? Dave Hollis, the whole band and background
Absolutely.
singers are from Dallas. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what? I want to touch on that. But yeah. So definitely shout out to Daniel Jones, man.
Yeah,
Shout out
man.
to Daniel Jones for sure,
Daniel was a king. He did it. The blueprint. He followed the blueprint quietly. Like, I tell you how I gauge cats. When I don't see you, that's when I know you're doing what you're supposed to do. If I see you all the time, I'm questioning what's happening with you. Yeah.
Do you have anything else? Like you ain't got nothing to do.
It's like you got to be here again tonight. Gotcha. You know, I mean, you haven't played here in about a month.
Right.
Yeah.
But I've seen you pretty much every day I'm here, you here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. When I'm leaving, you leaving.
Right.
And I close it. Okay, all right.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that past second to none band. What's good?
I know
what's
that
good?
is.
Jeff Jones in the building. Uncle Jeff, what's going on, homie?
My man.
Let's get into that. Let's talk about it, man. Deep Ellum, which I call the music capital of Dallas.
That is very accurate.
That's what I call Deep Ellum.
Accurate.
There is one point.
Just be careful out there.
Yeah,
please be careful.
You know, there is one point in my life to where I and this is kind of around the time that we met. I became one of those. I'm not gonna say gatekeepers, but I was one of those guys. I was one of those dudes in Deep Ellum, and then I kind of took a step back, and then I became, as most cats have been, church hurt over Deep Ellum. You know, that's not me now though. I'm good now. What do you think? What do you think the deal is with their? Because it seems as if there's a ceiling in that area. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is cats hit that ceiling. And then they start blaming Deep Ellum. They start blaming the area. Oh man, it's cliquish. Now I have my opinion on it. I'm like, you expecting Deep Ellum to pay your bills, bro? It's like you really think that you coming to this jam session every week is gonna put you on? You think that's what's gonna make it work?
And they will give you a resounding yes. 'Cause they really do feel that way.
You know what I'm saying? Like even when I was in Deep Ellum, like you know,
going to the top,
right?
Blow up.
Like even when I was in Deep Ellum, like I you know, my check wasn't just coming from being on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like what you were doing. What you're doing now at the Freeman, that's what I was doing at Loose and Low. You know what I'm saying? Back when I, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like even then I was able to navigate, you know what I'm saying, you know, tapping into other things outside of just being on stage. So my question to you is like why do you think most people are so bitter when it comes to the Deep Ellum thing?
That is sense of entitlement for sure. Also, just side note, I saw my daughter's name, Majesty. I love you.
Yeah, she did.
I love you, honey. Thank you for supporting Dad. Entitlement, man. There are only so many venues that we can actually operate in within Deep Ellum, period. Right. I've been playing in Deep Ellum since I was 16 years old. I'm 47 now, right? And I've been fortunate enough to go away from it, come back to it. I've seen it go through every stage that you can count. Like, whatever darkness has been floating around Deep Ellum in the past 6-7 months, it was darker than that in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Because you had the goth era, you know what I'm saying? You had the skinhead era, when it was really the wild, wild west. Like, you literally, people were just walking down the street and get their head blown off. Literally. Wow. So, that left us with very few places where people that look like us, because we're pretty much talking about us. Right. Even our white counterparts, our brown brothers and sisters. There's so many places that we can play. Because all the other venues, most of them are now gone.
Yeah.
You know, Wits End, Bitter End. What are some other places? I mean, Trees they're not doing weekly stuff like nightly, you know, where it benefits us. Three Links kind of only caters to a specific thing. Yeah. So you want to get your R&B, soul, jazz on.
Loose and Low, they're going.
Yeah. You know, it's like you want to get your R&B, soul, jazz on. Your kind of experimental, original thing on. It's like 2, maybe 3 venues, maybe. And two of them,
I only think of
and two of them is housed in one building.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I can only think of because is Cheapskates even?
Cheapskates does, but again, it's not fully immersed.
Yeah.
Because they, and I don't want to speak on, even though it's under, if y'all aren't aware, Cheapskates is owned by the Freeman.
The same.
Right? But it's run by someone different.
Right.
And so their programming is different because of it. Right? So I won't speak on their programming. It's not one that right now really caters to the area as a whole. And just that sense of entitlement, like, man, you supposed to let me do this. I come here all the time. You supposed to let me play. You supposed to hire my band. Why? Just because I know you?
Yeah.
Because you hang around? First of all, you come out, you haven't paid to get in forever. And I know because I see it all.
Right.
You don't spend any money when you come in, and when you do spend money, you pretty much borrowed it from the chick you came with.
Right.
Jeez.
You house
Talk about it.
You housing your gear in the venue, and then if it comes up missing, you want to blame the venue. This is not your storage. You didn't even play that night. You just didn't have any other place to put your bass or your snare.
Yikes.
Storage fees?
Because your ride decided they weren't going to be your ride when you left. Like, it's so many factors, but you have so much of a sense of entitlement that just because you are seen, you're supposed to have this position. And that is in no way how any of that works. That's not life at all. That's not how that goes.
Gino, Bo said, I'll say it's the set list, holding the residency in Elam and playing the same set to the extent that the audience members start calling your songs from the floor is going to always be a band killer.
Yeah,
So.
which is why we're always flipping the residencies. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, that's how many times can we hear certain songs? I'm not I ain't gonna call them out.
No,
I mean, we've been calling them.
Oh, we've been doing it.
We're sick of it.
You know, is it the way?
I done took them out of my rotation on my devices and everything.
Yeah, is it the way? And there are certain songs that will forever be standards.
Yeah.
But we have to, as musicians, bands, we have to start setting different standards. Like, it's so much music that's out there. I admonish every band leader to just try this method. I call it the 2 for 1. You give the audience 2, play 1 for you. Give them 2, play 1 for you. That way your set never becomes stagnant. It doesn't change. I mean, it doesn't stay the same. It's a very, very good point, Bo. It's when people get comfortable, you know, that's what you get.
Purple Wonder Love. Y'all go listen to Purple Wonder Love.
You know, but comfortability, you know, it breeds, you know, contention.
Yeah.
You know, even within yourself, like, you get mad at yourself after you just doing the same thing over and over. So, and then oversaturation.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing this over here for $10, and then you simply just go across the street and do the same thing for $10. Like, what's the point of me even coming out?
Or when you have, because y'all literally have so what, you have two bands on one side, 2 bands on one side every day.
7 nights a week.
Seven.
Sunday is 5.
Sunday is 5.
Because you have, if we're unaware, so I'm the general manager of the Freeman, and I've been there almost 3 years coming this January. And very proud of everything that I've been able to accomplish while there. And it's had its ups, it's had its downs, its lows. But as a musical community, you know, we've definitely stood tall.
For sure.
So that's for everyone that's unaware of what we're talking about when we say y'all have or this thing here. So, but on Sundays, there's a jazz lunch that happens. So that's a band that starts at 1. Then there's another 2 bands that start, one at 5:30, and then, you know, RC and the Grits at 10:30. But then there's a jazz band at 10:30 on the small side, and there's Rabs and the Acrylics at 7. But that's 7 days a week, man.
Right, and so out of all of those bands, you're going to hear The Way 30 times.
You're going to hear it a lot. It's very possible.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a question. Also, would you say that the professionalism of the bands and maybe the front man or the owner of the band or even the band members as a whole, the band period, the professionalism sometimes hold them back as well. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes, especially if it's a new person that's, you know, like maybe they moved to Dallas and just want to find a good spot or whatever. Yes, you have a culture, you know, whatever, but myself, I think it sometimes can be a little distasteful where you get so laxed and you're supposed to be, you know, putting on a show or catering to the audience, but you dapping your friends up as they walking up to the stage and stuff like that. Now, granted, you know, it's culture. Yes, it's free spirit and everything, but I feel like if you're performing, then perform. Speak to your friends sometimes on the break or whatever. I feel like it's cool to give a shout out. It's cool to say, oh, what's up, blah, 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 you know, but consistently seeing people come up to the stage and dap you up or, you know, making jokes or whatever while you're supposed to be singing a song, I feel like sometimes takes away from the experience. So when you have new people in Dallas, is always having new people coming and setting roots, you know, and wanting to find some type of venue that's going to, you know, clear their mind or whatever. Sometimes it can be distasteful. You don't know who these people are. You're trying to find a good spot to stay at and they're not even catering to the audience. I see that a lot. That's a turnoff for me.
It goes into the professionalism bag, you know. I mean, when we're on stage, that's our playground.
Right.
That's our kingdom. So whatever we want to do, however we want to direct traffic, yeah, that's the ambience we're attempting to set.
Right.
But we got to also be mindful that there are people who are here. Like that's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're right back to the healthy perspective. We came right back to it.
Yeah.
Why are you really doing this? Because clearly this person does not like the fact that I'm giving you so much attention that I cannot cater to the vibe of the room.
Yeah.
Right? You're so blindsided. You got your horse blinders on. Like, take those off, man. We're here to entertain these people and ensure they have a good time. Like, professionalism across the board. Were you on time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not you know, the gig starts at 7 and you're here at 7. No, were you on time? If you're on time, you're late.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Get here so that you can hear yourself a little better. You now have to fuss at the sound man because he got to mix you on the fly.
Right.
Well, you didn't set him up for success.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what you got on?
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally 99 degrees and you have on a hoodie and a beanie and shorts.
Right.
But your vocalist is in a really nice dress, you know, and she's an older lady, you know, she's classy. What are you wearing? Why do you smell like this?
I was just about to say the way you smell.
Like I dig it, man. Like you like to smoke weed.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Right.
But do I have to like it too?
Right.
No, man. Like what are we really doing?
Right.
And so I understand that. You know, I've learned a lot along the way on this journey. Like even from Louis to here, it was a big learning curve. But I've been doing it my entire career. Didn't even really know I was doing it.
Right.
You know,
I feel that.
I didn't know that I was managing Sankofa when I was there.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what I was doing.
Right.
I wasn't getting paid for what I was doing.
Just wasn't getting paid for it.
Yeah.
You didn't know it was a paycheck attached to it.
I had no idea.
That's actually a great segue to my next point, man. Because like I said, I've been in your shoes for a period of time, man. And one of the things that I dealt with early on is the homies not knowing the difference between me as a homie and me as a manager.
Yeah.
Me as a like, okay, yeah. It's like, yeah, I get that part, but
It's about to get.
yeah. Like, yeah, I mean that's what we're here to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
They need to know.
Let's talk about it. Like, because it's like it would even be like yo, yeah, man, let me get in that room. And it's like, well, you know, yeah, you the homie, yeah, I love you, but from a business perspective, like, it's not that you suck. You just simply, like, what you do or your brand of music or whatever, your brand of entertainment, like it just legit just don't fit this room. But you'll have cats that think that you're supposed to overlook that all because y'all the homies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or it could even be going back to the professionalism. It's like bro, I've seen you in your band. I've seen y'all show up late. I've seen y'all drink up y'all tab or not pay y'all tab. Or I've seen blah blah blah. So from a business standpoint, nah, I probably can't get you at Loose and Low, bro. Like that wouldn't look good on me. You feel what I'm saying? So with you being in that seat, what has it been like? Like, has that been a struggle? Has it especially? Oh, Gino managing that? Oh yeah, that's the homie. Oh yeah, we good. You know, but you know, sometimes you gotta be like, nah, bro, it ain't that sweet over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so have you had to like what's been your experience with that part?
Yeah, it's been interesting. It's been very interesting because you had one side of the coin for everything. For some, it was, oh man, here's a great opportunity for me to like really partner up with somebody that kind of knows how to get there. And then the other ones were, oh man, here's a great opportunity for me to get over. And it's been disheartening in a lot of scenarios, but very joyful in the majority. I mean, nobody can let you down like your friends.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a different kind of hurt. And it's not even a misunderstanding thing from there. It's like willful ignorance. It's real entitlement.
Yeah.
A lot of experiences I thought I would never have encountered. And, you know, a good number of them, man, I just simply fostered them. Like, I set the platform for them to exist because I didn't set healthy boundaries, right? And that's something that I learn daily from my wife. Thank you, honey, I love you, because I really am learning that. It took me a little while to really establish those healthy boundaries with the homies.
Yeah.
And because I accept everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want everybody to win. I mean, you can't imagine the lengths that I have gone to make sure that cats could get on.
Yeah.
I'm talking about to the point where I simply did not take the gig because I wanted to see you win. I wanted to see you have a shot.
Wow.
I knew how much that would bless my house, that revenue. But I took the back seat so that I could see you win. And then you don't even treat it right.
Wow.
You killed the gig, but you messed up the opportunity.
Right.
Right. So some of the hardest experiences have been, you know, simply having to tell people that, man, like the vibe you have, it doesn't fit this vibe.
Don't fit here,
so
yeah.
I can't allow that in here.
Right.
It's taken us a long time to clean up the scene around there from what it was. And
What was it?
Man, it was just a free fall, the wild west.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, you're gonna have drug use and overindulgence of things everywhere you go. But the Freeman was a real hotbed for that. I mean, you can buy drugs, you can buy weed in any bathroom you go to.
Right.
But to have it to where it's like expected, it's like, nah.
Like this is why I'm here.
Yeah, it's like
I'm not even here to. I'm here to meet my pusher.
I'm here to meet my pusher, right?
Right.
You know, because he work in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
No, we had to eradicate all of that, man. And it was hard because I care about people, like genuinely. I care, and that has been an Achilles heel for me a lot. Some of my peers, man, have asked me on countless occasions, why do you try with that person? Why are you giving this person so much? You supposed to leave them right there? I was like, nah, man, God did not tell me to do that. I can't leave them right there yet.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been released from whatever my assignment was in their life. And I mean, it frustrates my wife to no end.
Yeah.
You know, but in the end, it's like, but I gotta trust God in this. You know, but again, setting those healthy boundaries has helped me to overcome the need to fix everything
And everybody.
because I'm a fixer.
Yeah.
And I have tried to fix a lot of the homies, and it's not my job.
Right.
And so I had to let that go and be okay with the word no. It's an answer too. It's not the most favorable answer, but it is an answer. And nah, man, you're not allowed back here. Oh man, F that nigga, man, man, that nigga weak. Okay, he ain't playing. He can't play no drums, no way. It's like, brother, you know the line to not like me is long and forms to the left.
Yeah. Right.
But when you get in this building, all those songs that you got to play, all those cover songs, you got to play the grooves that I played in the studio. You welcome. You know, so let's, if we're gonna have a real conversation, let's have a real conversation.
Talk about it.
You know,
I never forget. I never forget. It was and I think this was at Profit Bar. It was at Profit Bar on a Wednesday. Of course, RC is up there, and this chick got up and she wanted to sing an Erykah Badu tune, and of course she was folding, but she looked at the band
like it was them.
Yeah, and RC was like, he was like, man. We wrote this song. like what you talking about? But yeah, man, and it sucks, man, that also even with that lets you know who really rock with you and who don't.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and all these, you know, all the time we'll ask, yo, man, I don't want no fake people in my life, man. Take away these fake people, or take away blah 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 blah, whatever. And then it's like when it happens, it's like, oh, that's how. That I didn't know that's what it meant by take those. I didn't know we had to go through something like that, and I had to start setting boundaries. And then, you know what I'm saying, those people who I thought were the homies or who were the homies, they don't respect those boundaries.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely understand where you at, man. Hey, listen, shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Man, you got a cheerleader over here. Your wifey over here.
Yeah, man.
Cheering you on, man.
I
You know what I'm saying?
She knew it. You know, we didn't have an in-depth combo, but she knew it like I did.
Yeah.
Like, it could get dicey because
for
I
sure.
have a lot to say. Like, I have to wear so many hats, and I have to be silent about a great multitude of things for the betterment of the musical community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I really sang, you know, like a bird, man, it'd cut this musical community in half.
Right.
It'd be simply divided.
Right.
But I want to see everybody win. I want the Freeman is the musical hub.
Yeah.
It is the capital
Yeah.
of the scene.
It is.
So you gotta come through there to do anything, and it houses so many musical luminaries, so many creative luminaries. They come through there all the time, man. We just had members of the Alvin Ailey Dance Company there on Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bobby Sparks plays there every Sunday with Verb at 5:30. Bobby got 19 Grammys.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you don't even have that many participation ribbons from Field Day. Bobby got 19 Grammys, and we let him walk around here like he not royalty.
man, y'all.
That's
like,
crazy to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, respect where you at. Respect the sanctity of the vibe.
Yeah.
If you're not in a place to make it better, get your ass on somewhere and go create your own scene.
Right. Or can you?
That's the thing.
Can you though?
Can you? Do you have
Right.
the tools? You have the capital? Do you know who to talk to?
Right.
Like, hey man, it's like, seriously, nobody's holding you hostage here.
Right.
Anybody making you come here?
And I think that's one of the weirder things to me, man, because it's like for me, right? When I call myself feeling the way, and not just the Freeman, but just about the music scene period. When I call myself feeling the way, I stopped coming around. I left. And I left. I went to go regroup. You know what I'm saying? Do some other things, and then I came back. You'll have guys that I will see that will, or girls, whatever, that will, or whoever's in between will make a whole bash post about about the freemen, and then come in and then want to get on stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Or if you're unable to come in, like you know that you're not allowed in this space for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But it had it's like it has a centrifugal force that just draws you. You can't stay away, so you just come in parking lot pimp.
You just come in the parking lot.
You stand.
I've seen it,
You stand
man.
outside the rope, and you make the vibe very uncomfortable.
I've seen it.
Because now, as people are asking you, "Hey man, you ain't gonna come inside?" Yeah, now you got. It's like, yo man, like cut it out, dude.
Right.
Like for real, like it's not even that.
Yeah.
It's not that serious, man. And everything could change with a simple, "I'm sorry."
Accountability, man.
Everything can change with a simple, you know what, my bad.
I
Because
shouldn't
I'm
have
big
done
enough
that.
to say it to
Yeah.
you. I'm big enough to say it to anybody. I have to do it with my staff.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, man, I dug in one of my staff members' ass. And justifiable. But the way I did it was wrong. So I had to go back, apologize, and ensure that young lady understood that she is supported, right? That, again, shout out to my wife, because I got that from her.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, man,
wife?
it's like, yo, you can be wherever you need to be. You can be whatever you need to be, but you got to be there with the right spirit. And if you're not there to enhance a place, then it does not mean for you to be there, and it's okay.
Right.
The Freeman is not the end-all, be-all of places in the city.
It's not.
Yeah.
Louis is not. Cheapsteaks is not. Three Links. None of them places hold a monopoly on the vibe. Go Legends and Lava Cantina and wherever it is. There are so many places where you can go and create and be and have content in what you're doing. But when you try to force your square ass into this round hole, it will never work. And you will always look like how you look.
Right.
Jeff Jones says the Freeman helped broaden my audience. So shout out to Gino for seeing something in what I do that I didn't quite fully see in myself. He said, hell, I'm still trying to perfect what I'm doing till I'm ready to jump back in.
Right on, man.
Man, Jeff, I say this all the time about Uncle Jeff, man. He's one of the few that, in my opinion, is definitely doing it the right way.
Yeah.
He's like, and I speak on him all the time every time we get on here. But it's like Jeff, he's one of them cats. He'll take his product, he perfects his product, he funds it, he puts and he doesn't just go out and ask venues. He partners with the venue.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He goes and partners with the venue. So it's like the money's coming out. I'm telling you business, Jeff, my bad, bro. But it's like the money is coming out of his pocket. He's doing this. He's paying his musicians are paid before they get there. They practice on the tunes. He has originals. He has originals. You know what I'm saying? He has original arrangements and stuff like that. He cultivates all of that himself, and then he puts out that product. And you might not see an Uncle Jeff show till 2 years from now. But I appreciate that more than, you know what I'm saying?
He's growing a gift. Like, I dig it, man.
Exactly.
Jeff does it the right way. Yeah. And you said something just now, man, that is so poignant. Partnership.
Yeah, yeah.
If more cats and kittens understood that coming into a venue is a partnership, and it's much more than just you playing this one gig, if you know how to set up your business right.
Right.
You know you're going to give a good performance because that's why we hired you.
Right.
So that's in the bag.
Right.
We already know you dope.
Yeah.
But what else do you have to offer?
Right.
Because although we have residency acts from Sunday to Thursday at the Freeman, four different every night. But if a lucrative offer is made enough to where, you know what, I want to do a show of this magnitude, and here's the business plan. Here's how I'm mapping it out. This is my vision. Maybe you can help me construct and we can partner in on it. Boom, I'm in there sold American.
Right.
Why? Because this residency act, okay, they've been playing a year. I can give them the night off. Right? To see, all right, what's the new thing? Who's next? I already said I'm always looking for who's next. Why you niggas ain't taking advantage of that?
Right.
Like, for real.
But that's because they don't have their stuff together, man. It's like and you're one of the people that I've heard say it. It's like there's no reason that you've been playing for all of these years and don't have a press kit. don't have a bio. Don't have. I remember I was rewriting my bio and I shouted to you.
Yeah.
I shouted.
Yeah,
I was rewriting my
Yeah.
bio and I shouted to y'all like, yo, OG, what tell me what you
Yeah.
think or whatever. And it's like,
Or if I'm scrounging around looking for a photo for a flyer for you,
yeah,
and all I can find is like from your family reunion,
Yeah.
or you at church, or
Right.
or every other photo you got a cup in your hand,
yeah,
or it's the middle finger's up. Man, you a grown man, dude. We
right.
40.
Right.
Like what
right.
are we doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
There's no excuse for that, and those are just the things that frustrate me sometimes as a curator. Whether it's the Freeman or anywhere else, because
Yeah, you got other spots.
other
yeah,
spot.
we gonna get we gonna get into that a
So
little bit.
it's just, I just really want us to pay attention better, because I don't have a bunch of gripes. I'm not a griping guy. That's not how I got here.
This ain't
Yeah.
the Angry Old Man podcast.
I didn't get here griping.
Yeah.
But these are things that I would like to see us do better as a whole, so that we can get back to the milk and honey that's ever flowing. We're in the middle season right now on the scene, because we just experienced such great loss. It's literally like 7 people within a 3-week span that passed away. And we talking about like luminaries, like giants,
Heavy hitters. For
yeah.
sure.
So the area is still rocked. We're still, we're still praying for our brother Sean Martin. You know what I'm saying? Like,
without getting in too deep, like do you have any insight on just simply how he's doing?
He's doing.
Okay.
Every day is better than the day before.
Okay.
And it's just like continuing prayers,
Yeah.
for like prayers of the righteous.
Yeah.
That's what's needed. And
I know that first give back gonna be a fool.
oh man,
That first go party.
man,
That first go.
Yeah.
Y'all might not even be able to do it at the Freeman.
man. I
It
absolutely not. Nah,
yeah,
this
y'all
is-
not gonna be able to do it.
This is,
Y'all-
we had to go to Beyonce
Yeah,
land.
yeah.
So, AT&T Stadium.
That first go party back
I'm just
gonna be a
like,
fool.
I'm so eager to know, like, what did you see? Because I say this pretty much every time I talk about my bro. It's like, whenever he's done having the conversations that he's having over there, whenever he's done getting the instruction for whatever's next that we need, he'll be back.
Yeah.
Until then, everybody just sit tight.
Leave him alone. I got you.
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up, man. Let's pivot real quick, man, cause like I said, we don't want to turn this to the angry old man conversation.
Right on.
But let's pivot real quick, man. You have an extensive and respectable resume.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, respectable resume. You've been out here. You're not just, and I mean, I'm pretty sure as people know, but it's like this, like, more so for like the up and coming, the younger cats who think that you walking around the Freeman, you know what I'm saying? You're just some dude. Like, no, like this is literally a living legend that we have among us.
Bless you, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Living legend too.
Okay. I was waiting on it, man.
I was waiting on it.
You know what I'm saying? This is literally a living legend among. Just real quick, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to pop your shit for just a second. Just talk to us about just
Hey
some
man,
of
he's an artist and he's sensitive about his shit.
just talk to us real quick list of just some of the people that you've played for the people in the back who don't know.
All right, man, from the local legends, locally known, nationally accepted. Marshall Ivory, Roy Hargrove, Shelly Carroll, Red Garland.
Talk about it.
Ndombi, before Badu. I got the Badu gig because of Ndombi. Of course, Badu, Music Soul Child, Anthony Hamilton, Talib Kweli, Common, Pharrell.
Talk about it.
Wayne.
I'm just gonna sip while he talk about it.
Tina Marie, God's Property, of course, Kirk Franklin, the Walls Group, Tasha Page Lockhart,
Nice.
Mississippi Mass Choir, James Moore, Prince, Duran. Yeah, man.
Brian Qualls, what's up?
Melody.
My man Qualls.
Did you play for Melody?
Melody. You
No,
are
no.
messy boots. yeah, man. My bad, Ivory Jean, Eric Gales, you know what I'm saying? Snarky Puppy, please forgive me. Snarky Puppy, Mark Lettieri, you know, Sean Martin. It's been incredible. Key Young, Dalen Collins, Trinity Temple Master Choir, straight out Oak Cliff.
Yeah.
My man McLovin, Brian Qualls. Saintsville, Church of God in Christ, Greater Harvest, Potter's House.
He said at the 20 artists y'all played for at the festival downtown.
Oh man, it was 30.
30.
Yeah, it was man. So Qualls, when I have a band called Ivory Jean. And so Qualls is the original bass player, and DJ Francis J.
We need to have him on the podcast too.
Absolutely. DJ Francis J. and Valicia, they were like the big soul promoters on the scene, and they put on this neo soul festival in Deep Ellum. It was I think it was Soul to Soul Festival, but it had any and everybody on there, like all the underground heroes, Eric Roberson, Guapale, like Chocolate, Ndombi, of course. It was crazy, but it was like 50 artists, and they hired me to curate all the music and all the bands, MD everything. Okay. Well, I had just started Ivory Jean, and I was like, man, I really need us to make a big splash. So we took 30 of the acts.
Okay.
Wow.
And I disseminated 20 through 3 other MDs. I gave Mike Lee like a couple artists. I gave Jeremiah's a couple artists.
Nice.
New Breed had a couple. And then Sean took a couple. Cleon had just popped up on the scene, like Cleon.
Yeah.
And he was waxing.
Big watch, no hang time. Cleon.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, that band, we did 30 artists in 2 days, and it kicked our ass.
Yeah.
Malcolm Jamal Warner, like Yazara, Robbie, it was insane.
So Ivory Jean, because when I first came in contact with Ivory Jean, well, when we first officially met was the whole was Louis.
Yeah.
Louis.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, since you're here, since you're here, we can go ahead and clear the air.
Let's get it.
We can go ahead and clear the air. Before you had the playground on Sunday nights, it was the Sunday Shed Session.
Correct.
It was so y'all heard that correct, right? You know what I'm saying? Because in that area, like I said, with the high end tights and with the high end tights at the time, before it was cheapsteaks, it was the pizza joint. I forget the name.
Deep
Ellum Pizza.
It was right next door.
Yeah.
That what cheapsteaks is now.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Uncle Jesse.
He
Love
said,
you,
don't
Uncle.
forget St. Andrews.
We started off with that.
You late with your
yeah. Well, I got you. We right in there
with your AIM profile picture.
Let it be known that
that's a profile picture that belongs.
If God can't do it, it can't be done.
That's a profile picture that belongs on a church fan.
Brother Chuck, he got him. He got him.
But yeah,
I'm trying to remember the name of it.
The pizza place.
But I know.
But yeah. So like between High and Tight, that pizza place, and like Louis, a lot of us wasn't going over there.
Brother.
And so one of the things that I pride myself on is being one of those bridges. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like a lot of us didn't start going to Louis until we took over, and then it's like we took over, and then it was like you was like, I ain't bet. You know what I'm saying? Like you came up, and then you wound up taking over the whole night. But I appreciate you for clearing the air on that, my good brother.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
that's where it started.
That's where that started.
I didn't even know Louis existed, and I had been over that in that area for so many years, just paying attention to the Profit Bar.
Yeah.
And one night, Shake Anderson. Shout out to the
Shout out Shake Anderson.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Shake. I was playing with Shake, and it was a Monday night jam, and he was like, Gino, hey, we gonna come play. Me, him, Corey Hamilton, Morpheus was still living here.
Okay.
Yeah, we
I ain't
used
heard that name in a minute.
Yeah, we used to smack with Shake. Man, I walk into Louis. I was like, where the hell am I?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
this place is. This is dope.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how have I missed this?
And it's immaculate.
Yeah, I was like,
it's-
what is happening here? I was like, you know what? I don't know what I do know is that I'm gonna get up in here some kind of way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
And that night I met Ronnie Wilson, the owner of Louis, and we just clicked. He just fell in love with me right off the bat, and I fell in love with him. I was like, man, you might have. I found my tribe. You my people. And I didn't know anything about what you had going on. And then when I came and saw it, I was like, where have I been?
Yeah.
And then I had to recognize and remind myself, I'm not as young as I once was.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that's happening that I may not be aware of because the scene ain't dying.
Right.
It's ever evolving. It's
Right.
still growing. And just because I'm not there to hold his hand doesn't mean that it's not growing.
Right.
So, I was like pleasantly surprised. I was like, okay, all right, I see the young homies doing their thing. And okay. And when I started, I was playing with Kirk Thurman and the Millennials.
Kirk Thurman and the Millennials. Yeah.
Shout out to the homies, Chris Brenham, Mike Clowes, Kirk Thurman, Jay Sanford, Brother Darkness. And I basically was looking for a place that we could have paid rehearsals.
Yeah.
Because we were aspiring, like we were getting ready to go on the road because the band was hell.
Oh, y'all was a beast, man.
And so I was like, and the talks of the band were, man, we just need to kind of take a break. I was like, we got too much steam. I'm gonna find us somewhere that will basically pay us to rehearse.
Yeah.
And that's what the playground started as.
Yeah, that's how it started.
We played from 3 to 6:30, and we made whatever came in the dough.
Yeah.
And we did it for like 6 months. And the Sunday that I was going to let it go, 250 people walked in. I was like, I think I give it another week.
Right.
I think I give it another week.
Right.
And the next week, 250 people was there again.
Yeah.
And then things started to shift with you. And I remember when it shifted.
That's a great way
Easter.
to put that. Easter. Yeah. That's a great way.
It was Easter.
That was a great way to put that. Yeah.
I remember. And 'cause I remember the conversation we had about Easter.
Yeah.
And so when things shifted, I was like, okay, well, let me, rather than start it so early, why don't we slide into the later slot? And I was like, but I'm not going any further than 11 p.m.
Yeah. Oh, cause we used to take it.
Yeah.
we
I was like, I'm not going any further than 11. Why? And I said, I'm not going to do that because the Freeman has their blues jam.
Right.
There's something brewing at High and Tight. There should be a nice hang after all of this happens. I said, I'm going to start at a point in the evening where, all right, man, I done had a nice Sunday dinner. I done had my Sunday nap. I done went to church. I can go hear some live music and still get out and be at home and go to work at a normal time. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And that's where I cater to a specific audience. And that is where the thing just evolved. Like, I took every show that I had ever done and I wrote it up all into one.
I got you.
And we got LockJohnson's Playground.
Yeah, man. And I like the fact that, like, when you took over, you did this thing where it went from just your regular jam session to you started featuring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the up and coming artists and stuff like that. And I thought that was really dope because you had some dope people. You know what I'm saying?
I found hella talent. Like a lot of people that are now working.
Yeah.
Started right there,
Man, you had what's the young cat with his sister and the dad? He played. I don't know if he's Mexican or whatever the case may be.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. The young cat, like he played keys and guitar.
Oh, you talking about Justin Schultz?
Yeah.
Justin Schultz.
And sister played bass. Yeah,
Sister Jamie.
Like a lot of people don't even know. Like they were there.
That was the very first place they played in Texas. Yeah,
that was up. Man.
It was them, Chandra Corelli, who has been in like all the Tyler Perry, My Dear Things. Man, we had some Leah
beats.
Cabela. Yeah, we had
Kayla McCampbell.
Yeah, we had the J-Lo, the whole J-Lo tour.
Yeah.
Leon Bridges, Keaton. It's a fool in there.
Yeah, y'all had some beats, man. Yeah, but listen, man, Lou, what you got?
It's break time. Man.
It's break time. Hey, listen, this has been such a dope conversation. Hey, man, listen, we appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. We gonna pay some bills real quick. We got to do some ads. Don't go anywhere. We just got a little bit more conversation to go with the legend Gino. We gonna be right back. Don't bust that nut just yet. We gonna be right back. We gonna be right back.
Like I know he gonna say it.
Head ass.
See, I'm a photographer. You feel what I'm saying? So if they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, it's my job to make sure they hear every last one of them. I got you.
What up, everybody? What's up, fam, man? Y'all are here with your boy, Mr. Music, a.k.a. The Boss. Listen, if you have not, man, definitely go check out my music school. I have a school located in the DeSoto area called Mr. Music School of Music. Check that out, MrMusic.com. I also have a party band from the DFW area, Soulful Sounds Party Band. If you have not, look that up, man. Go follow us on all social media platforms.
Y'all, I finally did it. I finally finished my first ebook, From Overlooked to Overbook, the blueprint to a successful career as a musician. Y'all, I poured my heart and soul over this ebook, compiling information from many years of experience that I feel would be beneficial to anybody who's looking to level up their career as a musician. I got so many topics on there, 10 different topics on there, talking about EPKs, professionalism, the gear to use. Go over to my link in bio, check out my ebook, follow me as I give more daily tips in regards to this topic to your future.
You don't have to be a used to be my angel, then you switched. You don't have to be a used to be my angel, then you switched. You just switch it to a magic, magic, oh you got the magic, 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 I cannot imagine, magic, magic, girl you got the magic, 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 I cannot imagine, yeah, imagine, magic. I gotta share this feeling, it feels good to be loved.
to be loved by you. It feels good to be loved by you. It feels good to be loved by you.
All right, ladies and gents, we back. Had to take a quick pause for the calls.
Yes, we did.
Man, it's been a great episode, bro.
Yes, it has.
Yeah,
it really
man.
has.
Great informative episode. We got my good brother.
I expected nothing less.
Yeah, good brother Gino in the building.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, DFW Shed Sessions. You guys could follow us on our Facebook page under DFW Shed Sessions FB page. And also you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok under DFW_Shed Sessions. So let's get to these social media plugs. Professor Melville, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on all social media platforms under Professor Melville. That is Professor Melville.
Nice. So my good brother Jay, what can we get to the mothership? What can we find you on social media, brother?
Man, I am on Facebook and Instagram, JL Groove. Who is JL Groove? If you want to ride this funk train, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. That's Funk Your Feelings, FUNKYO Feelings. Funk Your Feelings, that's the Ride the Funk Train. If you want to... hoodie season has approached, people. So make sure you tap into the merch. I got one of my hoodies on right now. Shout out to Gino LockJohnson for supporting your boy.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He got a couple pieces of mine.
Absolutely.
but get on here and get the merch, the Funk You merch. And then if you want to dabble in one of my conglomerates, it is Another Groove Project. That's why I do photography, videography, marketing, all of that good stuff. That's Another Groove Project. So holla at me on that.
Lou?
Sounds good.
What?
Go ahead.
Boy, you so eager.
He been giddy this whole interview. I'm telling you.
I'm
Lou,
good, man.
where can we find... Man, I don't even care. Go ahead. It's already on the screen. Go ahead.
You can find me on MySpace under... you can find me on TikTok and Instagram under Lou Paul Beats. You can find me on YouTube, Lou Paul Beats. Also, I do have music out and available on all streaming platforms. You just put in Lou Paul Beats and she'll be able to find some cool instrumental hip-hop music. And... That's it for me.
And it is dope.
Yeah. It is dope.
It is dope.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. So my good brother Gino, where can we find you on social media, my good brother?
Across all social media outlets at Lock Johnson, at Lock Johnson's Playground. Also at Ivory Jean Band, that's IVORYJEAN Band. On all digital music outlets, Raphael and Ivory Jean, we have 2 singles out. I have an entire record that, finally going to release. It's been years, and I mean years, but the record is called Fan. Features everyone, PJ Morton, Eric Gales, Mark Lettieri, Sean Martin, D. Scott, or Dixon as he's known now, the late great T.C. Clay, Mandy, Chris Traylor. Yeah, man, it's a record, dude.
Oh, yeah, I got some hitters.
Are you able to tell us when it's coming, or?
I dare not give the date because then I'll miss it. But
we'll wait patiently.
Yeah, my wife is helping to push. Like shout out to my wife Rebecca. I'm the father of 5, and grandfather of 4, about to be 6.
Oh, okay.
And so my wife and I, we have 2 young sons, Hendrix, who is 2, and Jet, who is coming up on 6 months. And she is like the ultimate partner, the ultimate business partner, and she handles like the behind the scenes operations for me. And what she does for me for my business, my own business, allows me to facilitate the business for everybody else.
Okay.
I'd be lost without her. And
that's beautiful.
Her helping me formulate, like sit still enough, because I'm this kind of person. Yeah. As soon as the idea comes, I'm like, I'm finna go do it. But not with any real direction. I just know that when I get to the end, it's gonna be legit. But she has helped to slow me down to make sure that these ideas make fiscal sense, number 1. And then number 2, that they
fiscal people, not physical.
Right.
Fiscal.
For you GED folks.
And then 2, make sure that these ideas make tangible common sense for a business.
Tangible.
Like it just didn't sound good or felt good. Like, no, on paper, it was good. So there was no way for it to fail.
Right.
And yeah, man, I'm very appreciative for her. She's incredible, and yeah,
I want to ask you something, because I am always pro the significant other being that supporting factor, especially when you have a big platform, and that person being that behind the scenes person that keep you together. Especially in your line of industry, right? You get beaten a lot.
Yeah.
Media and managers, bar owners, bands, everything, right, across the entertainment. How does it feel to go home and know that everything else is taken care of?
It's super liberating.
How does it feel?
What do you say? What you say?
So funny.
I ain't got no earphones. So what you say?
I was singing, how does it feel?
Oh.
It's super liberating, and it's the ultimate peace
Plus
of
the
mind.
kids.
Yeah, the ultimate peace of mind. Like coming from having, because my oldest 3, they're adults, and to start over. Like again, just without her, it'd be impossible. She makes sure that I get the right amount of rest, no matter how much I push against it, because I was so used to doing everything on my own that I had to get comfortable with having a partner that truly has my back and understand that that's what it is. It's not. And I mean, brother and sis, I have been a real detractor and fought against so much that was for my benefit, simply because I didn't understand that's what it was. I saw it as control in a lot of senses. or hey, you wasn't shooting with me in the gym when I was building these ideas. It was like, no, but God gave this person to you now,
Wow.
so that everything that I was setting up for you could finally get to its full potential and purpose. So don't fight against this. Embrace it because it's for your good. And I've had to embrace that even slowly, but it's got me in such a great place. I lived a life, man, on the road, you're making big money fast. And
you was out here being fast.
And no, not being fast. Like I never had that kind of instance.
Being fast?
I had my day as a musician, with that thing, but
you was power walking.
I just always had this sense of I'm supposed to be doing something out here other than just playing these drums.
I got you.
So I'm trying to connect with these venue owners in other cities. Okay, I'm on tour with this person, but how can I come in here and be on tour on my own? But yeah, just understanding that it's a real partner here for you. Like, let this partner do their thing.
Did she already have an understanding of the business first? Or,
absolutely. She is a project manager by trade.
Okay.
So and owns her own incredible nonprofit, 816. Shout out to 816.
Okay.
Which does mentorship and offers resources for young ladies that and young men that need some helpful life coaching tips. Outside of being an incredible mother as well, an incredible voice, for others. Like for what I do on the music scene, she has been that a lot of times for just people in life. Like she just attracts people who want something different and recognize that different in her. And I'm glad that I recognize that different in her. Like we've been friends for 17 years at least. And then when we connected on this romantic plane, again, my reluctancy wasn't overshadowed by just the genuineness and the love we have for one another. And every day ain't gonna be sunny, but if I gotta be within a dark cloud, I'd rather be in it with her.
One more, right? So out of everything you said, I agree with all that, right? But you being who you are, well known, well versed, high demand, what do you do with her taking on everything else outside of what you're doing, right? What do you do to bring her a surety?
Just stay genuine as possible and not be combative about what I'm reluctant to understand. Reassurance in her place in my life. I hadn't always been successful in that, because I've had serious relationships. I've been married before, and you got that level of church hurt for a relationship, and then other life things you may go through, and then you're tying whatever stuff and you've experienced in your business life that also clouds that.
Right.
So learning how to take that guard down, and that's something that I still work through daily. But I know that my house is the way it is because of how much she's like really in my corner. So, honey, if I didn't say it today, thank you.
Wait. Let me put the camera on you so you can look right there.
Right here? Okay. All right. If I hadn't said it today, honey, I thank you. Yes. Because you truly do make what I do that much easier. You make sure that I'm eating right, even with this latest medical news. Like, I know you got me, and I love you for having me. And I pray that every day I can ensure you know that and have you in the same way, if not to the same degree, even more. So thank you. I love you. My heart.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't meet. Oh, sorry. We don't meet. I'm just being honest from a female's perspective, right? Because
Yeah, because this done turned into Ricky Lake.
shut up. No,
I just told my age that
no. This is my last point, and then I'm gonna move on.
Today on
right? You don't meet many spouse duos, where there is a surety there, because being honest, as an entertainer, you are always boom, 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 boom. You don't stop to read the tea leaves. You don't stop to take the temperature of the room or the temperature of the relationship. So I admire when I meet a musician, a business person, an entertainment person who takes the time, and like you said, you ain't always been there, but you took the time to learn how to get there, not saying just take me how I am, or this is just me, or whatever.
Yeah.
You actually sat there and said, okay, I got to do my part. Yes, I am out and about doing this, but this is important as well. So I really commend that, because you don't really see it. So
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I have to practice daily. Like, counseling is a beautiful thing. You know, I
say
tell
it again.
everybody, there's nothing wrong with going to counseling, man, and getting some help, getting another voice other than yours or your partner, and embrace it. It's not easy. It's not easy for me now. I still have days and moments, man, where, yeah, man, I just need to get knocked upside the head because it just ain't sinking in, or I got this other view of how it should be, and it's hard for me to turn that off. But if you stay in it, stay diligent, man, like that stuff just, it benefits you, man, you know? Again, being at the Freeman almost 3 years, there's no way I survived any of that, you know, without Rebecca, man.
That's what's
And
up.
so
Yeah.
in any moment that I never really respected just that are days that I regret. Because they could have been, I'm scared to think of where we would be right now had I just really paused to understand how strong of a partner that I had. And so it's like, all right, I'm not gonna wallow in that. I'm gonna make sure that we get it right though from here on out. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So that's actually a great segue, and you kind of answered some of it, but you know, you were more so talking about, you know, like you know, what she does for you, right? But then you have the part, and I ask this question to everybody who's on, who has a family, kids, wife, you know, stuff like that. I ask this question every time because I want to know everyone's different perspectives. You have Gino the entertainer, Gino the businessman, you have Gino the husband, you have Gino the father, Gino the grandfather.
Yeah.
I think we got our first grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Our first grandpappy. Oh, ain't that beautiful? Shout out to Rebecca. You know what I'm saying? But then when you take all of that away, you have Gino the man. You have you have the person. You have just you. So my question to you is, like I said, it's kind of bouncing off of the topic. Excuse me. How do you balance? How do you balance? How do you balance enough of the husband, the father, the businessman, the musician, then, you know, the person? How do you balance that?
Rest is the one and only answer. You
Okay.
gotta have the right amount of rest. Again, that's something I work through daily. Now that I'm back into like having my sea legs back from like prior to COVID, you know, like the playground became a freaking machine, dude. And then when COVID hit, everything stopped, like violently stopped.
Yeah.
And so I went into this season of, all right, well, I got some time, man. Let me get my body and my everything back together after I done ate everything, sat on my butt for so long. But that's where I really embraced the concept of rest, because my body had to replenish after all of that working out and all that dieting and all that. So then with business, it's the same thing. It's just a different muscle that I got to make sure I treat right my mental. So yeah, rest, man. Turning the world off when you need to turn the world off. Like my phone has been the bane of my existence since phones were created.
Right.
Right. I do so much more business on a phone than a laptop because it's just a faster response. But learning how to say, you know what, this can wait till tomorrow. Because I was notorious for just like, it's family time and I got to post here on Facebook, or I got to do this, or I got to make sure this artist gets that. They can get it tomorrow. I mean, they waited, you know, so getting rest, that's it. That balance is all centered around the right amount of rest. Even in resting your lips, take a break from talking.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't
your version better.
turn everything off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like literally, just sit there in the silence, and you'll find out that in the silence is when, you know, when God ain't actually saying anything is when He's speaking the most. So embracing that, sitting still in that. So yeah, rest.
Man, I want you to take a second and give some game to some younger cats, because I think this is important. And we're gonna get into our segments in a little bit, but I think this is a very important topic that needs to be spoke on. So I'm gonna ask you this question, and you take it from there. Do you have, like I said, like you're one of the ones that we've had that has a very extensive resume, right? Do gigs last forever?
No.
Because it's like I I see a mentality in some folks, you know what I'm saying, and it's like, oh shit, I played for Erykah Badu that one time, I'm good. I played for Jill Scott that one time, I'm good. Or I played for, you know what I'm saying, and it's like they ride on that and they'll bank on that, but it's like, okay, but what do you have to show for it, other than a YouTube clip that might have got 1 million views once? What do you have to show for that? You know what I'm saying? So if you like speak on that for a second.
Everything in this life has an expiration date. You know, I mean, we talking about relationships right now when I'm, you know, doting on my wife. Well, Bible say, or your vows say, in death, till death do us part. That's the expiration date. Right? The milk in the refrigerator has an expiration date. The baking soda that you put in the refrigerator to help everything stay fresh, even that box of baking soda has an expiration date. So nothing is going to last forever. That gig is, your time on that gig will come to an end. Frankie Beverly and Maze, man, like Frankie Beverly said, I'm going to take a break. You know, I'm going to retire. Well, the band said, all right, well, we're going to keep going. We're just going to get another singer. Then Frankie Beverly decides, I don't want to retire.
So that's how that happened?
Yeah.
I did not know that, because I'm like, bro, like Frankie look like he about to let go.
Yeah. He said he was going to retire. He changed his mind. Well, the band was like, well, I mean, we moving on. And, you know, as a matter of fact, you know, we weren't too happy with the business for all these years. You've been playing with this cat longer than most of us been alive.
Right.
But even that, those cats are no longer there. Think about how dope the FRO was with Usher. During the Aaron Spears and, you know, Kern Brantley days. Wasn't nothing wrong with them on the gig at all. We all heard that it was immaculate. The business was great. Then one day, Usher just decided he wanted another band. Mary J, you know what I'm saying? Rex L. Hardy is one of the greatest drummers, one of the greatest musical directors we've ever had.
I love him.
And one day she decided, I just want to get a new situation. That gig is, those things change. The venues change to where they don't even cater to that sound anymore. So why are you putting all of that effort and all of those eggs in that one basket when inevitably it's going to shift? It shifts. Again, Deep Ellum wise, you had the goth era, you had the heavy metal era, you had the singer-songwriter era, and most of the venues in the area then catered to what was in that season. Well, then those seasons expire. And so then you get into now we into the R&B blues. We back to that. All right. Well, one day it will shift again, and jazz will be the number one thing people want to hear.
Sure, we talking about Deep Ellum. It's damn near in the DJ era, really.
That's right, because
and
that has just come back around because that was a heavy thing in the mid 2000s. Because we were like people, like myself. I was trying to get that day party crowd. It's like, man, it's a sea of people in here. They need a band. They didn't want to hear no band. They just a DJ playing the same songs that they heard on the radio on their way there.
Right.
They don't mind paying $25 to get in to stand around, all dressed the same, to buy a $9 beer, and just stand on the wall and take pictures. I was like, well, how do I get them now?
Yeah.
It was that season. That's what they wanted, and now we're in a season of people will come out to hear great music. Just if it stays quality and if they feel safe, because anything can happen to you at anywhere. Deep Ellum has its issues. It was super dark and people getting hurt and shot and all these things. And man, they broke into my car. Dude, I've had my car broken into more times in front of my mama's nice house in DeSoto than I've ever had happen anywhere else. Deep Ellum, I've never had a break-in. I've never experienced anything adversely that would have caused me harm outside of where I work now. And that's just because the area shifted. Like, everything in that area is not attributed to the free man.
Right.
But that's the narrative.
Right.
Like, whatever bad that happens, oh man, that free man. Like, brother, that was way over there on Crowder.
I was just about to say, it probably wasn't even on the same
This
street.
ain't even like, this is the adult side of Deep Ellum. Commerce, Main and Elm, okay, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Especially on the weekend, because you got a bunch of kids. One don't have no money. They got enough money to pay for parking in whatever lot. Now they don't have no money, so what do? They sit there, walk around, and terrorize people.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing else to do.
You have nothing else to do. You have nowhere else to go. You have no inhibitions. Like, nah.
Do you think a part of that narrative is because it if you're on the outside looking in, it seems like and I didn't want to come back here, but we're here. But it, like, we're on the outside looking in. It seems like the Freeman has turned into a black venue.
It's
if you're on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
It seems like it's turned into that. You don't see as many. It's not as diverse as far as like your blues bands. They used to have a blues night. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. So do you think a part of that narrative is because of shit? That's where all the niggas at now. So that's.
It was definitely not that.
Okay.
The shift. Because it is definitely a predominantly, African American visited venue. The shift came when people started understanding that you just not here just because this guy. No, you gotta be really good.
Yeah.
Like, I as a manager of the venue and the booking manager as well. Man, I want everything great because nobody gives a shit about what's good. You can find good on any corner, anywhere in this world, but you're gonna buy the best product. You're gonna buy the greatest detergent. I'm gonna buy the greatest soft drink. I'm gonna buy the greatest tequila. I'm gonna buy the greatest pair of shoes. I don't care about what's good. That good is not. That doesn't interest me. And what I want on that stage, I want great. And if you sell me that you great, and you get up there and you're not great, well, we all just found out together.
Yeah, right.
On to the next.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not, a lot of people decided that they didn't want to return because they didn't like the frequency that they no longer had. It's like, I could have you here every night of the week, but what does that do for my bottom line for this venue as a whole?
Talk about it, that bottom line.
Because I'm still a business.
Still a business. Like, I want people to continue to come and feel like they're getting quality. My name is now attached to this, and I don't do anything halfway.
Right.
So I got to give them what's great. So although you played tonight, I may not have you for another month.
Right.
because I don't want to oversaturate this audience with what you have to offer, so that they can miss you and definitely come back to see you again. You know, but are you bringing people here who gonna spend money? Right? You're not getting anything from the bar. That's not how it operates. You make your money from the door. Okay, cool. How many people did you really tell that you were playing tonight? How many people in your band also shared the fact that you all were playing tonight? Or was it just one person who put up a Facebook post the day of?
The day. Right.
2 hours before.
Right.
Yo, pull up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pop-up. How's it a pop-up? You've been on this calendar for a month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how is it a pop-up? You had all of this time to get the word out,
And
so
prepare,
that prepare. If you got 5 people in your band and everybody shares what the flyer is and all that, there should be no less than 5 people per person in your band that came to see you play.
Right.
And we're talking about paid patrons, not the family members that we're going to let in free because they're your mom or your dad, not your homies, you know. No, 5 people, like, from your job, from your church. Like, you telling me that y'all can't pull 5 people a person? So then why would I want to bring you in here? Because you're not a viable business for me to partner with now.
Right.
And it doesn't make me the bad guy. It makes me a smart businessman.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because I have numbers that I got quotas I got to meet.
Yeah.
Right? But if I keep booking this band that draws no one,
Right.
but they want top dollar,
Right.
that's not good. That's not
That's the
smart
harsh
business.
Because this
reality.
is a business, not a charity.
The
Yeah.
math,
Right,
the
that's the
math is
harsh-
not mathing.
Math is not math.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask this last question. And then we're gonna go into our segments. Since we speaking on that, coming up on a year ago, had a catastrophic incident at the Freeman.
Yeah.
Catastrophic incident. Shout out to the homie Cam. As a business, well, okay. I want both sides of the aisle. I want from the business, and I want from the just you personally. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We hate that happened. We hate the whole situation, and we ain't got to get into all of that other stuff. But this is just more so, because as businessmen, we're not talking about us being entertainers. We're talking about us as businessmen, us as managers and stuff. There's stuff behind the scenes that even like the artists don't see. Stuff behind the scenes that we have to deal with that the artists don't understand, right? So, one, as a businessman, and just and two, personally, how were you able to navigate that situation, and do you feel like you and y'all navigated that properly?
And I have to speak on it sparingly.
Be careful. Okay.
Yeah. So,
we not trying to get messy. Just real conversation.
And and definitely, like, public needs, something.
Right.
So first question, how do I feel as a businessman?
How do you feel as a businessman? How did y'all navigate that situation?
Definitely did it with compassion and with care, and made sure that our musical community still felt supported. Any and everyone that may have been affected, that they were supported as well. So just with care and compassion, empathy, because you were talking about, an instance that, had nothing to do with us.
Of course.
It was a spillover from outside that we were affected by.
Right.
And so making sure that the right, and I didn't even spend a lot of time on making sure that the right narrative was put out.
Oh, because
that was moot.
Yeah.
It was there's people that are affected.
Yeah.
And so that's where the focus is going to go. So did we handle it right? I would say absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm very proud of what we were able to achieve within that moment. The patience that we had to have, things that we endured that we didn't allow to break us. I'm very proud of that. When my day is done at the Freeman, that will be one of the things cemented is how I was able to drive the bus to make sure that we all got to the destination safely. Yeah.
Did you still feel safe after that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We you know, you can see the remnants of that now, you know, with various safety measures, security measures we have, but just a shift in the culture, you know, like, okay, it's brown faces, but brown faces are beautiful, so every atmosphere we in is going to be beautiful, you know, and yeah, there are certain elements and bands or artists that decide they didn't want to partner with us anymore. It's like, well, I guess we reached the expiration date.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold anything against you. I'll book you somewhere else.
Right.
You know, but it's all about whether or not you feel comfortable in where you're at. And if you don't feel comfortable, you're not going to give the best side of yourself, which means now this business is not going to get what they're supposed to have.
Right.
And again, we're back to what makes business sense. Yeah.
Aaron Weaver. Hey, I told you, Aaron, until you answer my calls, we cousins. We not brothers. Unless you talking to them and not me. But what up, though?
What up, Aaron Weaver?
That man answered my call in 3 years.
The bro. Maestro.
That's the homie. That's what's up. But that's what's up, though, man. Hey, Gino LockJohnson, I haven't, I didn't tell you this. We're about to get into our segment. We did not tell you this. We didn't just bring you on here just to interview you. We also wanted to make sure that you properly got your flowers.
Not real ones.
We don't have real flowers to give you. That's
we don't
not
even
in the
have
budget.
the fake ones.
That's not in the budget. We don't have fake ones either. But listen, you have been an absolute pillar in the music, not just Deep Ellum, but just in the music community.
We love you too, Aaron.
Thank you, man.
Just in the music community, period, man. You've done a lot. Knowing the stuff that people know, the stuff that people don't know. You've brought a lot of awareness. You've brought some, to me personally, very important. You brought a certain level of balance.
Thank you, man.
To the community, man. Like you, and I see that when you come out and when you do stuff, you do it with. And this is a word that I learned a couple of years ago. You do what you do with intention. You do what you do intentionally. And I just want to say, on behalf of myself and I'm sure my co-hosts and everything, like, we appreciate you. We see you. We see you out here. We love you. And we're just looking for nothing but great things moving forward with you and everything that you got going on, man. Y'all clap it up for Gino.
Thank you, man.
One time.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Y'all clap it up for him, man. Because we feel like it's important that you know. We, of course, we don't invite peons to come sit down and chop it up with us, but we feel like it's important to know that, like, what you're doing out here is not for naught. It's not for naught. You know what I'm saying? You're actually making an impression out here, man. All right, so Lou, I think it's time to get into the segments.
Let's get to these segments, brother.
Yeah, man. All right. So we got some recurring segments that we talk about with all our guests, and Mr. LockJohnson is no different. We're gonna start with the top 5. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. This is in no. It doesn't have to be in no particular order. If we can, fellow host and co-host.
We ain't did it in a long time, so don't even put us out there like that.
You know,
we've been very chill.
But I'm gonna put you on the spot.
All right,
I got you, Lou.
Your tenure at the Freeman.
Oh God.
Your tenure, and you only got 5.
Okay.
Your tenure, and they don't have to be in any order. Your tenure at the Freeman. What are who are your top 5 acts that has been on that stage? Big side or small side?
She said, "Now y'all my favorite."
Thank you for honoring my husband. I appreciate that. All right, Rebecca, shout out. She on the bed like, that's right. That's right, boo. He hired him. He done put a lot of money in some niggas' pockets. That's right. Shout out, man.
I told you before we started, man, like, this is normally our date night. So
and we appreciate that.
Appreciate it, Rebecca, for letting us borrow, for letting us borrow him real quick. All right, top 5 acts that has been on that Freeman stage. What you got?
Top 5 acts, in no particular order.
In no particular order.
Okay. Randy McGill and the Eclectic.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, he's starting that strong.
RC and the Grits. Mandy. That's 3, right?
Yep.
The Found,
Wow.
Okay.
Tim Starling, and The Experience.
Okay.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's a solid list.
I mean,
That's a solid
That's
list.
a- that's a good lineup.
You go to I was saying you go to a festival and that's your
yeah,
lineup.
a
That's
good
solid.
lineup.
Now, just honorable mention. They're not even honorable mention. I can only say 5, but The Time, because
Okay.
we had The Time.
When
the
they
le-
came, yeah.
The legitimate, like I sang The Bird
Yeah.
with The Time.
Wow.
Was Morris Day there though?
Morris was on. He was on the side.
He was on the side. He didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they came and I hate that because we do in Funk Your Feelings we do that to him, man, and we want me and Mike Pugh we wanted to go see, and then Mike Pugh wound up playing in front of him. So but yeah, shout out to that. All right, man. So we can go ahead and keep it pushing. We have a recurring segment called "Playing in the Wrong Key." This is our version of what grinds your gears. What's that one pet? And I know you have 1,000 of them because we all do. But what's that one pet peeve, just in the field that you have? What's playing in the wrong key for you?
That pet peeve. Slow response. Slow response.
Okay.
Yeah, that like
Can you elaborate, please? Because I like that.
Unpack that.
like
Yes.
a lot of cats and kittens
I feel-
miss opportunities.
You feel
I
seen?
feel seen.
He
Yeah,
feels
go
seen.
ahead.
Please, hey, the camera is on you now. I need you to talk straight to Jay and let him know what you mean. Cause this is for him.
like emails rule the world. Slow response to emails, or I really feel like if a text goes out about some type of business dealing, you and that person have established a certain level in y'all's relationship to where that's suitable. Because it's really never suitable to do that business via text message.
You don't think so?
There's no real paper trail there. You know
In
what
the
I'm saying?
text message? Wouldn't it be the same paper trail?
It's just so impersonal to me.
I feel the
I get
same
you.
way.
I get
Yeah,
you. I
like
get what you're
to
saying.
have, it's almost like back in the day, when you had to have like an official letterhead and here's
yeah,
an
yeah,
offer and all that. But if I'm trying to get, to set up a thing and I'm trying to establish a relationship, like, I'm really cool and I want you to be cool with me and know that, I'm down and I'm we can do that whole thing. But the business, the meat of it is definitely gonna be in an email for me. But that slow response, that rubs me in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
Because then the person comes back, oh man, I missed that. And is this still available? It's like, nah, brother, all these dates are gone.
Yeah.
Man, all you had to do was wait until
No.
I'm
It's
sorry.
not your clock.
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to do what?
Yeah. right.
Like, okay, so I'm supposed to allow you to hold my business hostage by your lack of care for how much you want to work.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good
Like,
perspective.
it's like,
That's
no,
tough.
I don't want to do that.
That's tough.
I've never allowed anyone to hold my gig hostage.
Yeah.
Like, I got a list of my first calls. If this cat doesn't respond in a certain time, I don't let him hold my gig hostage. I'm gonna go to the next guy and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah,
Maybe this one, it just wasn't for you.
Yeah.
Like, I look at it like
Think
this.
before.
I look at it like this, and this is what I try to tell people all the time. Like, man, I'm not here to hold no grudges against you for you not wanting to do business with me at this time.
Right.
Evidently, God is trying to protect both of us from something that may have been a detriment to us doing this business deal. So this one wasn't for us. Maybe the next one is. And if I keep that perspective, I'm going to always want to try to do business with you and not be so aggravated that you were so slow to respond. Like, I don't take it disrespectfully. You got a whole life. You got stuff you got to do. But let that be like 2 or 3 times down the line. It's like, okay, well, this person just doesn't want to do business with me. All right, so now I'm going to fall back. Yeah.
I like that.
Cool. All right, man, moving on. We got our last recurring segment, Gig Tales. Good, bad, ugly, messy, or indifferent. What's that one gig experience that you had that you can talk about? that you didn't have to sign the NDA on?
Man, there's so many experiences.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I just shared this with some cats not too long ago. And it involves my brother, Sean Martin.
Okay.
So it was in our early days of traveling and touring.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to keep the artist,
Okay.
incognito.
You could do that.
Yeah.
But we're in San Antonio to play this showcase because this record that we did with this said artist is about to drop.
Mm-hmm.
Highly anticipated record, and it's about to change the game. And so, blessed to be in this band with Sean and some other cats from here and abroad. And Sean is Sean Martin then.
Yeah.
Like we know Sean Martin.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we know who he is then. And we done rehearsed, hours before the artist got there. We just like at this rehearsal studio just waiting. Mm-hmm. And we out at the van and this artist, finally gets there. And we done ran the show like 3-4 times at this point. And we outside, doing what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And the artist said something fly, like, what y'all doing out here? Y'all supposed to be inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, we pay money. We pay good money for this. So we look around, like, yeah, well, we allowed the MD to speak.
Yeah.
Like, this is his job.
Yeah.
He's like, well, we already, ran the set. You know what I'm saying? We good. We just waiting for you to get here so we can do it. Now, y'all just keep running until I get here. See, that's the problem. Y'all should be glad that y'all got this opportunity. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all should be glad that, that I handpicked you to be here. Sean Martin, and he's standing in the door of the van, smoking a square. Sean doesn't even look this artist's way. He takes a drag. I got a Grammy too.
I love it. I love it. Like, hey.
And the artist, like, you could hear the lump. Like,
Yeah.
hey, so, yeah, you know what? Y'all go ahead, finish your cigarette. And, when y'all want, like, let's say, what, about 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Change real quick.
Right.
Change real quick.
himself real quick.
Right.
Boy.
And I mean, he didn't even look that way.
Like some gangster shit.
Man, I already got a Grammy too.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that pretty much says it. So that was that stands out to me.
Like that.
But it's like, even if I didn't have a Grammy, bro, watch how you talk to
Watch
me.
how talk to me nice.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to you nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's so many things that I could draw on stories wise, but that one rings out to me the most because it made me respect my brother in such a great way, but it showed me how much self-worth really is. Like, you know what? I am appreciative for you bringing me along for this ride, but you brought me along for this ride because I'm the nigga.
Yeah. For sure.
You wouldn't have hired me if I wasn't.
Right.
So what we talking about?
Yeah.
Because I can easily just not show up.
Right.
And then what do we do? It's like, but I'm never gonna do that. So, that was a great moment.
Gangster. I love it.
Yeah.
Pat said that's hard. I know, right? and the fact, and my favorite part about that story is that he didn't have to say too much.
Literally, that's all.
And he didn't raise his
too.
voice.
Yeah.
Like he didn't get indignant.
Like
or anything.
I don't have to say too much. I don't have to do nothing. I ain't gotta raise
get out
my
of character.
Say, yo, I got a Grammy too, man.
I got a Grammy too.
Yeah.
And for those who know Sean, he can get loud, and he can, he can do that. But it's like, y'all, that's a dope story. I'm gonna take that home with me.
Take notes.
I'm gonna take
notes.
that home with me. That's what's up, man. Lou, what you got?
Yeah. So okay. So
said that's Oak Cliff all day.
we know you,
Already.
my good brother Gino. You know you've done many things, played for many artists, and done many things in this music scene. So, do you feel that you've done everything, or are you always searching for the next thing, or trying to figure out what may be the next thing?
That's a good question.
Definitely always searching for the next thing. You know, what's where to go, what to do next. I never feel settled. You know, because I've experienced like all of the seasons of you got it and then you don't, then you got it and you don't.
Yeah.
Being a touring musician, like your odds of being a professional touring musician are, you have a better chance of making it into the NBA than you do to be a professional touring musician.
Yeah.
It's such a small pool, right, to do it on a high level. And so
That's the key word, high level.
going out and playing on the road, like when I was really touring, 3-4 months at a time, and then you make a quick, 70, 80 grand. But that's the cost of living for a year.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you get to November?
And that's why I asked that question. Are gigs forever? That's why I asked that question.
Like what do you do? Like you hit that lick fast, quick. You have per diem you can stack on that, but you pretty much spent all that. Because you don't have no financial discipline. Because you didn't have an example to teach you that.
Money go quick.
Go quick, right?
Yeah.
You eating everything you want. You buying gear. You're gonna be fly. Especially while you out, you're gonna buy stuff that's not here because you know you're not gonna see it, right? So, yeah, but then that goes away. Well, what are you gonna do next? You got to think about what's gonna happen next. You know, how long is your church gonna wait for you to come back off the road? Right. So,
and you ain't got no Grammy.
Yeah.
So you can't pull that card.
They didn't even use you to play on the church record.
Yeah.
Do the church got a record?
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You only play for one service.
Right.
Yeah, it would be that, man, for sure. Always search, always keep seeking. I have so many aspirations, and I'm definitely gonna hit the mark on all of them, man. I'm not gonna be satisfied until I do, and that's what keeps me going. But I gotta have the right amount of rest so that the ideas stay fresh and I can think it through. Make sure that my family doesn't lack. Make sure that I don't treat them like fans. You know what I'm saying? When I come home, I turn all that off. But make sure that I treat the fans unlike family to make sure that there's a healthy boundary.
That's good.
You know.
But they don't. But in turn, I would imagine that as far as your family is concerned, they don't treat you like Gino.
No, not at all.
All of that go out the window when you walk through the door.
They don't care nothing about that, man.
Who you think you are?
Right.
Like, I mean,
I don't care if you do got a credit.
Right.
Now,
I don't care who you play for.
I love that, how my family, I love to see their faces light up. And sometimes it's just impure. I'm tired of this because we can't go anywhere without somebody saying, "Oh, hey, I know him," or you know, "Free man."
Yeah.
You know, or, "Hey man, did you play for Gino?" You know, so I love to see that.
I saw you on
with
Chappelle's
them.
show.
Yes, I get to have one a lot. It's a constant with that. But so I enjoy seeing that with them. But yeah, they don't show me no indifference. It's like,
that's dope.
Man,
Do
it's
you
just
meditate?
Daddy. Yes, I do.
How often do you meditate?
I do it daily. Yeah, do it daily. I give me a quiet moment. I have to because I got like 2 baby boys, and so I gotta give me a second or something. But my rest factor, like I'm having to recalibrate how to really get that off. The ample amount of rest. Like when they go down, I need to go down. But there's so much that I could be doing in that time. But if I do it, well, I've just made myself retired and I'm walking around looking like a zombie.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that.
And musicians clock is just different.
Man.
It's just
Yeah.
very different than the average. you know what I'm saying, person.
Yeah.
You know, like even because like even you know you were saying earlier that your off days are, you know, Mondays and Tuesdays. You know, most people that's when they start their week. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and then most people are able to clock out at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? We probably not clocking in until, you know, 9, 10. You know what I'm saying, at night.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
mean, I'm definitely in decision season.
Okay.
You know, I'll be 48 soon, and so I shared with my wife earlier today. You know, I definitely have more time behind me than I have in front of me. So I have to be even smarter now about what's next, where I'm gonna go, what I'm gonna do, and how many more summers do I have left? That's how I equate life.
Okay.
You're like, man, you know what? I got about 30 summers left.
Yeah.
I need to make sure that they the best summers of my life.
I got you. And they're gonna come quick.
They're
too.
gonna come quick.
Right.
Yeah. So just being smart about, you know, knowing what to say no to, knowing what to let go of. I've been very reluctant in that aspect of life because I just wanted to do it all, but you just can't do it all.
Is there any entertainment in your kids? Do you see that? Do you see any?
Yeah. Hendrix, man, he's picked up the sticks. Jackson, he has a super inviting personality. I know in praying over my children, God revealed to me, like Jackson specifically, like his name is going to put him in rooms that are going to be life changing before he even gets in them. That's how strong his personality is. You know, Hendrix, you know, both of them, their voice is going to allow them to be world changers. You know, I saw it. My older children, man, they, you know, both my daughters can hold a tune.
Yeah.
My son, he's a sports guy. You
Okay.
know, so, yeah.
That's what's up, man.
I got one more question, and I'm done. I asked, forget you. Whatever. I think I asked somebody this previously, but I'm very eager to ask you this only because you do so much and you have so many different aspirations. If you could do one thing, it doesn't even have to be what you're doing now, right? Just something that you've been wanting to do or something that you started out doing and you kind of got away from it. If you could do one thing for the rest of your life, nothing else, but you can do one thing, whether you're making money from it or not. If you could do one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? You choose it. Like nobody else put it on you, but you choose it.
In the manner of business. We're talking about in the manner of business or just anything?
Just anything.
If I could do one thing.
Give me one business and then one hobby.
Okay. Business-wise, it would definitely be A&R, developing artists.
I can see that. I mean, you do that now.
Yeah, it's really a lost art, you know, and it used to be like a mandatory thing with all labels, but I love cultivating people and sending them out to fly. Yeah. Hobby-wise, I wouldn't say it wouldn't be a hobby, but like if I could still play soccer at the level I was playing.
I was just about to say that.
I was thinking soccer too.
Are you heavy into it now as far as like being a fan, like FIFA and all that stuff?
Yeah, I'm a fan. I mean, I don't get a chance to watch as much. Like most time, if I'm looking at a screen, it's watching me.
Okay.
Yeah, but I get glimpses and I still get that level of excitement or driving by the park and I'm when the kids play.
The times where you do get to watch it like on TV professionally, do you coach from the couch?
No. I don't coach from the couch, but I'm very excited. I'm very excited when because I can, like being able to kind of telepathically tell what's about to go down, and then watch it unfold. Like, woo, boy, it's like the ballet, how you move, man. It's a beautiful sport.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. This has been a super dope conversation, man. Lou, what you got?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do your thing real quick.
You gonna do my thing?
So, brother Gino, if you want to give some people advice what would you tell to the people?
Is that how I talk?
No, I'm really exaggerating right now. I'm really exaggerating.
It ain't too far
It
off.
ain't too far.
Jesus Christ.
Your voice just needed to be a little bit deeper. That's it.
I was super exaggerating.
That's hilarious.
The fact that he tried to mock you.
That's
Go
funny.
ahead. Go ahead, Gino.
Word of advice. Man, let your yes be yes and your no be
And
no.
your nay be nay.
Mean what you say what you mean, and see things through. You know, don't be wishy-washy. Like, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You just have to be intentional in doing it. You know, nothing beats a failure but a try. So screw trying. Just do. That way your try will never disappoint you.
Come on, man. This motherfucker spitting.
Pat said you gotta use your hands. Lou.
Pat say, hey, Pat, go take a nap, bro. Pat, go take a nap, man. That's what's up, man. Listen, we got the legendary Gino LockJohnson in the building. It has been such an honor and a privilege to be able to sit here and talk to you and just, you know, get some game from you and, you know, just hear some of your thoughts on some things, man. Get your perspective on some things, hear from the horse's mouth so y'all ain't got to ask nobody. Y'all ain't got to ask nobody nothing. Y'all can just share this clip. If anybody got any questions, just share this interview. Hey, it's been put out there, but
I'm blowing up TikTok.
Right.
I know that much, boy.
But
TikTok, Instagram.
Oh, we got a lot of material. We got a lot of content. But
it's about 3 weeks worth right here.
But at the end of the day, we know that you know, it's all love. No malice, no messy shit, no none of that, man. So it's all good at the end of the day. Like I said, we really appreciate you coming through, man. We're just looking forward to see whatever. We definitely look forward for this album. What's the name of the album?
It's called Fan. Yeah, and I gotta give it to the people. I have to. Like, it's, you know, the band is named after my grandmother. You know, her name's Ivory Jean. She's still with us, and I want to make sure that, you know, she can experience it in its fullness. And that, like, this body of work, man, like, it sounds like I recorded this stuff yesterday, but it's years in the making. Really? And I gotta get it out. Excuse me.
Is it like, cause like one of the people that you said that you had was like a PJ.
Yeah.
You had PJ, so you was just able to make that call. And what's the name of that tune that he's on? What?
The name of the tune is called Fan.
No.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so it's one tune with everybody on it.
No.
That particular
Just that
song.
particular
on
song.
the album
that
is
particular
named
song is called Fan.
Yeah,
okay.
it's the title track of the record, Fan.
Okay.
He happens to
and
be
he's
leading.
the one on it. Got you.
But I mean, me and PJ have a lifelong history. You know, like, we're God brothers.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. So his dad was the best man at my dad's wedding. My dad was the best man at his dad's wedding.
Oh, dope.
And so, yeah, that's the bro, the homie for life.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I wish I can get into that.
I didn't even put it. I didn't even list him in my my resume list.
Yeah,
because I got several PJ cuts under my belt.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Well, it just sounds like a part two that is.
Anything? Were you on Gumbo? Were you on Gumbo?
I may or may not.
You played a triangle or two on Gumbo.
I've done a lot of records where I was like the ghost.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ghost drummer, like Ghost Rider.
And I've had it done to me.
Yeah.
And like, yo, man, I know this gonna smack. I remember when I did that lick, and then you hear the record, like,
nah, ain't it?
Them not my hi-hats. What is going on? But I've been on both sides of the coin. Yeah.
Okay.
Patrick Stuckey, appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. That's the drummer for Funk Your Feelings.
Yes, right on.
You know what I'm saying? That's that guy. I call him the Godfather. You know what I'm saying? We could talk offline about why I call him the Godfather, but yeah. But that's what's up, man. Hey, listen, so this has been another dope episode.
Yes, sir.
DFW Shed Sessions, man. We appreciate y'all so much. Again, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, show love, man. ads. If y'all have any ads, if y'all have anything that y'all trying to promote, hit us up with your already made ad or your already made flyer, and we'll get it and do our best to promote it on here. We got Professor Mel Will in the building. We got Lou Powell in the building. We got myself, JL Groove in the building, and the legendary Gino LockJohnson in the building. So, like I said, we appreciate y'all so much. We about to go ahead, get up out of here, and go home. Thank you so much. And remember,
I'm about to cut right now.
It ain't gonna suck itself. Blessed be the name. We'll talk to y'all later.
Under his eye.